Do you ever wonder if any of those 500 atmospheric nuclear explosions for testing, we got to make sure they're big and powerful, atmospheric, 500 of them, have anything to do with the health crisis faced by people around the world right now? I don't know.
I just like to feel comfortable in my skin, so I just wear whatever I want, and especially during big events, I like to just dress how I feel.
Alright, well, you do think men can get pregnant?
Yeah, I believe that trans men can get pregnant. I'm trying to get pregnant right now, and I'm a trans man, so yes.
Shit, when I hear people talking like that, my brain's ready to explode. Okay, that was a couple days ago. I had to go into Kelowna and took some videos. I got some of it coming up later about before and after, because I don't go to Kelowna that often now, and the changes, holy smokes. But first, did you hear about the Rebel News commentator that was arrested? When I see those cops and the way they exert pressure and lie, they should have been canned that first day with no benefits. That's it, you're out the door.
Video of a Rebel News commentator is going viral after he was arrested while questioning Chrystia Freeland in York Region yesterday. The RCMP officer who grabbed David Menzies was quick to say he was being charged with assault. The incident is sparking outrage online, from Canada's opposition leader all the way to Elon Musk.
Arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Whether you're a fan of David Menzies or not, it's hard to believe he was arrested after watching this video seen by millions.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nationalism? What? These idiots. What are you doing? You're under arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
The cop was standing in front of him, and the reporter wasn't aware of it. And
pushed into you. I was just swerving. I got my credentials here.
You see what you want to see. I see a piece of crap cop. Piece of crap. I mean, this is not some communist country. It's
outside the memorial, the drama
shocking.
continued.
I was just scrumming Chrystia Freeland.
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge number?
Assaulting a police officer.
How is that
Assaulting
Another
a
man began
police
providing some kind
officer?
of explanation to
Piece of shit. I don't care about saying it. Dude, piece of shit.
Saying I'm pushing people over? That's an absolute falsehood. So now it appeared that way. That's what you're saying, officer? It appeared I was pushing people. I didn't touch a single person.
That was a little bit aggressive for what was happening. Get that. You're under arrest.
Okay.
Take the microphone out of my face.
But within seconds, the Rebel News commentator was up against a wall and placed under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? I'm just doing my job. Resisting.
York Regional Police, who are seen in the video, are telling Trending Now the arrest was made by the Prime Minister's RCMP security detail. They say, quote, "It was determined that no credible security threat existed, and the subject was released unconditionally shortly thereafter."
Welcome to Black Faces Canada. This is what they do to journalists.
The RCMP telling Trending Now they are looking into the incident and the actions of all parties involved.
This is now a trumped-up charge of assault, folks. I didn't come here to cause any trouble. I came here to do my job, and now I'm handcuffed. This is your Canada. Canada now, folks.
The video going so viral, it was even seen by Elon Musk. He took to X referring to the Liberals and saying they won't make it past the next election.
So I just came here to ask questions.
You're going to have to back up a little bit, okay? They're conducting an
That's my
investigation.
cameraman, sir. He's not doing anything.
Now, to anyone that thinks that was a justifiable action by the cops, you're a friggin' idiot. It was determined that no credible security threat. It wasn't even about a security threat. You saw that bald cop going on about, you bumped into me and, you assaulted me? Fuck off. I'm sorry. I just keep losing my patience, calmness, my mind over what is happening and how so many Canadians just stand by or even justify it in their minds. Well, yes, the cop's there and he's there to protect her, and give me a break, people. Our police in Canada have for a long time been punishing citizens who don't toe the line. That's number one. And now, what really pisses me off, remember a few years back there was a kid from Gitmo who was returned to Canada and received $10 million for his inconvenience. I think it's going to be time to slap police forces, cities, government officials with great big lawsuits. It's time to put an end to this bullshit. By the way, right now I just got some pictures I took in this past summer. I love photography, and that's what keeps me sane in these insane times that we're living in. And boy, I got a lot more to tell you when the time's right. Well, pretty right now. We're going to take a look at Costco back a couple of years ago. April 19, 2021, Kelowna, British Columbia, and that's our Costco. Huge box store. You can actually, recognize it's a box. Flat sides, flat top. It's a big friggin' warehouse shopping place. Now, at that time, we still had restrictions on how many people could go into a store shopping. Not any store. You had to go into a box store, Walmart, Costco, any of the big ones. Mom and Pop, oh, piss off, you little people. You stay shut. You don't go to work. You don't earn a living. The government will give you a little handout. What a load of shit. But I haven't been around this for a long time, and we do have a new Costco now in Kelowna. I don't know if it's actually bigger or by how much. It's got a big gas station and huge parking lot. I mean, that's a great use for agricultural land, because Okanagan used to be agriculture, and now it's coming up with homes and shit all over. But this is where Costco was. Completely demolished. They're even breaking up the parking lot and hauling it all away because they're going to build a new Canadian Tire box store here. At least that's what I hear. What is going on, man? Once upon a time they used to build structures that lasted hundreds of years even. Now, a couple of decades. I wouldn't be surprised if with all the people immigrating to Canada that these aren't being built for the influx of immigrants. And here in the Okanagan, we got the college, which attracts a lot of foreign students, who come in for their education, which is a big money maker. So we're at a time when things are changing or have changed. Now, this is the inside of the home they plan to build in Kelowna. Not even homes, shelters. They're little boxes. tiny boxes to house the homeless. Man, I tell you, these people in government have got their expert hats on. Units coming to Kelowna are sleeper models and are 70 square feet. Holy smokes. They're making 60 tiny homes. They're coming in at a cost of roughly $20,900 plus expenses. $20,900 for that. Give me a break. What, money falling off the trees? Still doesn't compare to what Los Angeles is doing. They're container homes. They're a little bit bigger. They're, I think, about 130 square feet. Furnished, beds, microwave, mini fridge, flat screen TV. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen across our beautiful country of Canada, our friends around the world. Welcome back to your favorite Angry Canadian on the 7th day of September 2023. This is what the Kelowna tent city, as it's known, looked like just in September of last year. October, November, December, January, 4 months ago, whatever. It was still very warm, but already, they had to start thinking that winter will come. And what happens in winter when it snows, even rain, it's cold, even in the daytime, you don't want to wander around. You want to sit inside a warm encampment. Really? Well, I'm sure the good people have a better idea. Like I said, those tiny little boxes, shit, they might as well use refrigerator or freezer boxes, and it's almost the same. Not weatherproof, but weather is fickle. Yesterday, all that wind came our way. Actually, I couldn't even film out because as soon as you open the door, you're hit by all the little ice crystals or snow, whatever it was falling. Cold as hell.
Got a ton of ducks out here. You know why they're out here? Because they don't have a home to go to. This is Kelowna's infamous tent city coming up, which I have filmed last fall. But it's winter, it's snow. It is muddy as hell, because it is mild out. But that is Kelowna's tent city. See how long it goes on? It actually seems to be bigger than it was when I last came by here. All the way, my friends. Come to Canada. We got it all for you. Even in there, man, it is incredible. And that is Kelowna, British Columbia. K-Town.
You can all imagine that they're probably eating quite healthy, and cleanliness is next to godliness. Oh man, this is a disgrace for Canada and especially for Kelowna, British Columbia. And this is happening across Canada and around the world. Look at the price of rents. A studio, $1,700 plus. That's just your rent. You got other expenses on top of that. A student, yeah, screw that. Can't afford it. But it's happening in the entire Western Hemisphere. Europe. You can take a look at what's happening in Germany right now with farmers. How long before that catches on in the U.S., Canada, we did with the truckers.
In protest of new statist climate restrictions specifically targeting farmers. Now, just like what we saw in the Netherlands last year with Dutch farmers, the German people have been pushed to their breaking point as socialist leaders in Western Europe seek to implement rather authoritarian climate measures that specifically target truckers and farmers, which are wildly unpopular, unaffordable, and dangerous.
Look, it's time to get angry now. They're screwing with our food, they're screwing with everything, and even health. I mean, you know, this April, I think, or May, the World Health Organization wants to take control of people's health care in other countries. An unelected body funded second most by Bill Gates Foundation, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, wants to control your health. This is all bullshit happening. It's not a secret. It's sure the hell is not a conspiracy theory. We know it's going on. They're open about it. We got politicians in with them. Canada especially. Chrystia Freeland is on the board of trustees of the World Economic Forum, and she is also our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance. What the hell? You know, I mean, maybe a mobster could take over the banking system, or we are screwed, people, and we just carry on, carry on.
Question commentaire, questions and comments. The Honourable Member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name which cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know.
Oh shit! I can't do that.
The member was in a really good question there, but the audio is really bad, and the video is really bad as well.
How the hell does he know? He's sitting on a throne, and plain and simple in the House of Commons, lying to Canadians. And he got to keep his job. And on top of that, we got a brain-dead NDP demonstrating that he's all about politics for himself and his party. And fuck Canada. Fuck Canada.
And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay, let's try again. The honourable member for Timmins James Bay.
Mr. Speaker, that member is promoting open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call out disinformation.
We'll get into debate again. The honourable member, questions and comments. The honourable member for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex.
That we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young noble leaders of the World Economic Forum.
Open disinformation.
What the hell is going on in Canada? You know, you got cops lying, you got politicians lying, you got media lying in the open, and we just go around like we got a finger up our ass and say nothing. Yeah, I'm friggin' pissed off now. This is what's not healthy for me, but how can you not do it? How can you help not getting angry?
In Germany, the government has decided to cut tax subsidies for farmers operating diesel tractors, which, by the way, is basically every single German farmer. All of these anti-farmer and anti-human policies being adopted in the West are sold to the public as a way to combat climate change. But what is really happening here? Why is this sustained war on farmers happening in the first place? Farmers feed the people. They are probably the most important sector in any economy. Now, German farmers are staring down the barrel, as many will likely end up having to go out of business, which will result in a domestic food supply crisis, which of course in turn will result in Germany having to rely on other countries to import food. Attacking farmers almost always leads to famine and starvation. And if you think the Germans right now are protesting just for themselves, don't be mistaken. There's a reason that Polish truckers right now and Romanian farmers are protesting in their countries in support of German farmers. That's because similar measures are being planned in other countries, and they're being planned in Canada too.
There's nothing wrong in the world right now that we or I couldn't fix. Got to get rid of all these politicians, because look at what they've done in the last 10, 20, 30 years to our way of living. And it's not going to improve under the globalist, liberal, progressive pieces of crap out there. They gotta be removed. They're not acting on behalf of their constituents. It doesn't matter if it's in Canada, in the United States, in Britain, wherever. You know, they got no issues with being honest with the people. Yeah, I'm having a rant fit right now, and I wish some of the mainstream, here I go again talking stupid, that they would start reporting truthfully, but they can't. It would hurt them financially and they'd get fired. Now, this is not far from where the homeless encampment is, that they're going to mega-size. No, they're not. 70 square feet is 7 by 10. Really? In a mobile home, what's a small bedroom? 9 by 10? 9 by 8? Anything. 7 by 10 is 70 square feet. I guarantee you some of these condos have bigger bathrooms. This is the world that the elite have created in the West, and it didn't just happen. It would have taken decades to come up with the formula, and it would have to involve the wealthiest people creating the biggest private enterprises ever. World Bank, it's private. It doesn't belong to the friggin' world or to any one country. World Health Organization, is that the world's? You know, all of this stuff. Talk about space exploration, healthcare. Your health, in many ways, including medicines and stuff, is in private hands, and they're making billions, but keep that under your hat. Military, oh, this is a real treat. You know, they used to be mercenaries. Now the world is flooded with private military contractors. And if you got enough money, you can have your very own army. We've seen that from Russia, from America, all over. The countries that have any ability, they stick in private contractors. Apparently it saves money, and money is all what it's about. But take a look around, man. This is happening, and are people waking up? Who do you think blew up the Russian pipeline to Germany? Who could it have been? And what happened over that? Sweet F all. Nothing. It's not just that. There's so many things. We got the military-industrial complex out there celebrating now because United Kingdom and America started bombing Yemen because they had to. You know, it's for their own security, even though, you know, people had a hard time knowing where Ukraine is on a map. They're sure the hell not going to know about Yemen or why or what. And the other part is they don't give a shit. You know, you hear about this, you can hear about it on the news, But you don't hear people talking that, well, maybe all these wars and killing of people is only making industrialists wealthier and wealthier. Well, after all, they're not working for the betterment of society or humanity. They are working for money. And whether they got investors or stocks or whatever, that's what counts. I mean, shit, do you really care about those people in Yemen or Gaza for that matter? Well, Gaza's a little bit different. People are waking up, but our world is screwed, man. And I'm going to have a lot more videos coming about stuff like that. I've been suspended recently for a week by YouTube for content that they thought they should remove, which they did. I have that content up on Rumble, if I dare say. Didn't get suspended there. And I wasn't going to, but I think I'm going to start uploading both YouTube and Rumble, because I have no alliance. I have no product whatever to Google and YouTube. If anything, I should be pissed at them, but maybe I am. Anyway, that's where it's at. Stay tuned. Thank you very much, and you have a great life